What's up, guys? I know you're looking at me and you're thinking, that guy usually has a hat on. Today, way too hot for a hat. It's like 100 in hell out here in Arizona. And the AC broke back here where we record our videos for you fine people. It's so freaking hot, but we're smoking an even hotter cigar. All next on the Zeal Cigar Review. Well, JB, my bald spot is out and shining for the world to see. I'm unashamedly going bald, but we got something here that is kind of unique. Would you agree?
From what I hear, PCA was going Panda for this.
Yes, this is a new cigar from Luciano, right?
Luciano.
And you know, the rep Ed was in here the other day. We had a great conversation with him. He's a great guy, and he mentioned these cigars right here. And this is Why Panda, and it's predicated on a story. Luciano's name is right there on the side. I think you can see that. That's kind of cool. But I don't know anything else besides what I heard yesterday. And all I know is Why Panda is a dude. Tell me more about Why Panda, JB.
So it's Ecuadorian Corojo 98 wrapper, Brazilian and Ecuadorian Sumatran binder, and then Nicaraguan filler.
Does it have two binders on it?
It would seem that way.
That's interesting. Some cigars do have that.
Double bound.
Double bound. If JB's shirt has not told you yet that we have a fan directly on us, then I don't know what will. I'll say this. At first light, this is good.
I think a dirty walnutty.
Yeah, that nutty, musky taste to it, but it's very sweet on the retrohale. And as I'm smoking it, I'm a little bit further than you, which is typical for me. But there's a really interesting note on that. It's almost like a cinnamon nutty twinge.
I was gonna
it's
say
almost like a cinnamon
earthy.
nut. Yeah, it's like it's very cinnamon earthy.
Walnut. The cinnamon walnut. Right when you said it, I was literally like in my head saying it.
Cinnamon walnut, pronounced cinnamon walnut.
Yeah, there is a strange dirtiness though, but it's not. It's inviting.
It's not off-putting at all.
No, it's very inviting. Is this cigar the wisdom that you find when you stop looking for it?
See, here's part of the problem I have with statements like this. This is part of the problem.
Is it harmony that comes to the soul and seeks to move forward into restlessness?
This is part of the issue that I have with like Confucius wisdom and things like that.
Is it conviction found in the unease of the unknown?
See, I'm more of a pragmatist. I don't like confusing statements like that don't really tend to make any sense.
Is it the harmonious conflict between uncertainty and peace? Is it the storm and the calm found at its center?
So that's the only part of this that actually makes sense so far, is that I know at the center of the storm it's calm. That's the only one. But
But the Why Panda is finding the answers in questions. Peace and chaos, beauty and brokenness.
See, I think there is beauty in brokenness. All the rest of that stuff doesn't make sense to me, to be quite frank. I will say this, all of that sounds like a bunch of like artsy type things, which is fine, which is cool. And I know Luciano's an artist, and maybe this guy, Why Panda's an artist or something like that, and is very passionate, which is cool, and I can appreciate. But it's statements like that really drive me nuts, because it's a really, really good cigar, but it's like I hate when I hear things like, isn't there peacefulness in chaos? I'm like, no! There's chaos in chaos!
I mean, I guess that depends. If there's a bar fight and you're the guy sitting across the street on the bench smoking a cigar, there's plenty of peace in that chaos, brother.
I'll say this, outside of all those fancy words, this cigar at the very beginning, one, it's burning absolutely razor sharp. Two, that cinnamon like dirty walnut.
And we
twinge.
have fans. There's two fans blowing right now.
It's very, very, very good. Surprisingly, like at the very beginning, so good. That's what I want in a cigar, to be quite frank with you. I want a cigar that wows me in the beginning, wows me in the middle, and then wows me at the end even more. So far, this is off to a great start. But what we got to do is got to pause the video, come back, and tell you what we think in about, however many minutes it takes. But it's not going to be long for you, so watch this. And let me just say a few things about this cigar halfway through. JB was using certain expletives, to explain his idea about the cigar. And how many times did you say what people say WTF? It's like 4 or 5 times as you're smoking it. Why did you say that, JB? Why are you using foul language in front of our audience?
Because I can't figure out some of these tasting notes, and You know what's interesting about this? It's probably one of the smoothest, most complex cigars I've ever smoked.
It absolutely. So let me just real quick. Just to add
no
something.
inch is the same.
Okay, yeah, just to add something to this. There is nothing on here that I can put my palate on outside cinnamon and that walnut in the very beginning. There's
Little milk chocolate right here.
okay, and some coffee, but there's like, I want to say flowery notes.
It was floral.
I mean, like that's a note, but I mean, then there's a bunch of other notes in here that I don't know what to call it. And I'm tasting things I've never tasted before in a cigar. Dude, this is
That
crazy.
slight, like 2, I would say a 2 on the spice scale does stay on the retrohale, but it's a really clean spice. It's really interesting.
This is by far the cleanest, most pure cigar I've ever tasted in my life. I will go on record saying that, hands down. I don't have any. There's no like strong aftertaste in your mouth whatsoever, and it's like clean every time you smoke it.
That's when I get the milk chocolatey the most. It's just like right now, after I've already smoked it, I'm just kind of tasting what's like kind of hanging around in my mouth.
It's really, really interesting. In a good way, not in a bad way, not like it's an interesting baby and what you really mean to say is ugly. This is really actually really good. We're going to come back here at the very final third and let you know what we think and how it develops anymore. But right now, so far, absolute, close to perfection, to be honest.
Roasted nuts.
You heard it. All right, we're back, and you can see that I am basically nubbing this Y Panda cigar from Luciano.
Panda.
Y Panda. I will say this about the cigar. It is an excellent cigar. It's like no cigar I've ever had before, honestly.
No way.
It really is, yeah.
You can't find another cigar that tastes like this. The changes as it goes through, it's like smoking 3-4 different cigars at one time.
That's a good point. That is a very good point.
And I would
yeah.
be surprised, to be honest. This is going to be my most honest opinion on something here. I don't know if anybody could give a 100% honest review on this.
Okay.
In the flavor notes. Because I think if I sat 8 people down here, 10 people down here, and smoked the cigar, they might get 1 or 2 of the similar flavor notes, but I think this is going to give everybody a really unique smoking experience.
So I agree with you. Let me tell you the most prominent note that I have all the way through. It's the walnut. The walnut,
the dirty earthy nut.
Well, I wouldn't even say dirty earthy. I would say like more nutty, but walnut in particular all the way through.
I've even gotten hints of like toasted marshmallow, milk chocolate.
Lots of chocolate, coffee, yeah, 100%. So it's almost like every cigar that you want to taste certain ways are wrapped into one cigar with this cigar, which is kind of crazy.
And there's a really unique fresh and cleanness to it. I don't want to say it's like a fresh vegetable because it doesn't taste vegetable-y, although I will say there's like a unique kind of mineral note that I've picked up here and there.
Yes, I would absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. Yeah, that mineral, like Cuban-esque. Yeah, I would absolutely agree with that.
It doesn't taste like a Cuban, but I did get a couple of those like mineral-y kind of notes that you would get from a Cuban.
Again, this is the Y Panda from Luciano, and you can see his name right there on the side. What does this go for MSRP?
About 13.
I'll give you my value score, 9.8.
Whoa.
9.8. 100% I would buy this at $13.
Yeah?
For the uniqueness of what it is, absolutely. I'd smoke it again and I'd buy it at $13. I'll say 9.8 for this cigar. I think it's very unique. I don't think I've ever had anything like it before. By nature of the uniqueness itself, I think it's one of the most amazing cigars I've ever had because, like you said, it does transition very, very well from the sweet and cinnamon all the way through the floral, this pronounced walnut note to the coffee and chocolate that's there. I didn't taste the marshmallow yet, but I mean, in all honesty,
that's what I'm saying.
The burn, everything on this, absolute closest to perfection as you could probably get from a cigar.
I stopped drinking anything else. I mean, we've had bourbon here with us. Quinta was nice enough to bring in a bottle of Russell's Reserve.
Oh, yeah.
And I actually quit drinking that and anything else other than water because I could not mix this. I could not interrupt what I was getting from this cigar because it was so interesting.
So give me a value score. Give me a value score.
I was gonna go 9.5, man.
9.5.
9.5.
It's the highest value score we've given a cigar so far.
Comboed, yeah, together.
Yeah, so far. I mean, I think it's an incredible cigar. If you've not had this cigar and you have the availability to get it around you, you definitely want to go grab one and smoke it for yourself and see what we're talking about. That really earthy mineral, that walnut, that sweet cinnamon on the very beginning,
smooth.
creamy, coffee, chocolate, marshmallow, all those kind of things, all combined to one cigar with floral notes.
Let me ask you something weird, though.
Okay.
Would you first smoke approve this? I've been on the fence about that.
It's weird because like it's not peppery, so you could smoke it for a first cigar.
It's a seasoned smoker's it's a seasoned smoker's smooth cigar.
It is by nature of the fact that a seasoned smoker can usually pick up more notes. Well, so the very first, if somebody was a brand new smoker smoking this, I think they would taste the woodiness, and they might taste some of the sweet cinnamon and the nuttiness all the way through, and that's probably about it. But as a seasoned smoker with a developed palate, you're probably going to pick up like 5 to 10 different notes.
It's
insane.
To be honest. Yeah. It really is.
Well, we want to hear from you. Have you had the Y Panda yet? If so, drop a comment below. If not, what do you think it would be like to actually smoke a cigar with several different flavors in it? Drop a comment below. We'll meet you in the comment section and tell you what we think about it and expand on this video. So for the Zeal Cigar Review, I'm Bradley, this is JB, and we're out of here like last year. Peace.